So, the dreaded rupture strain has finally left the caves, and now we can test the entirety of our arsenal against them. I have found a build that I think is both very fun and counters the rupture strain extremely effectively. For the first segment of the video, I'll walk you through it real quick if that's all you want to see, and then afterwards I will be completing a difficulty 10 solo mission using this build, hopefully getting 100% clear, but no promises. So, the linchpin of this build is the hoverpack from the Frontier Justice War Bond. It's a stratagem I don't see used very often, as it doesn't really give you any more mobility compared to the warp pack and the jump pack. It is just high ground on demand, which is usually pretty decent, but not that essential to a build and not the strongest backpack option. However, when you consider the fact that the rupture strain attacks from underneath the ground, it's not a terrible idea to be as far away from the ground as you can be, which is what the hover pack allows you to do. It gives you an extremely good angle to fight the rupture strain from, where they cannot hit you. Even if you're a host, they've struggled to hit you, compared to if you're on the ground, there's still the glitch where they track onto you and you can't dodge them nearly no matter what. The hover pack completely negates that. I pair it, personally, with the exploding crossbow. It's one of my favorite bug picks. I think it's just generally very powerful, it's flexible, and it's even better against the rupture strain. It really can wipe out a whole patrol extremely fast. So that's what I personally recommend. But alternatively, you could also use the eruptor. I think it's a little less good against the rupture strain, as the shrapnel doesn't really play into effect when they're burrowed compared to regular bugs. Still fine, you could absolutely do very well with the eruptor. Could also recommend the purifier in this case, as the AoE is great, the ammo economy is absolutely fantastic, but I don't really like using the purifier that much. I have it max leveled, and I don't really want to touch this thing again. It's just unpleasant to use with the charge and the spam clicking. It's very straining on your hand, I think. I like to pair the crossbow with the light siege ready armor, as the crossbow has a pretty slow reload time, and this really does give you a lot of breathing room that you don't have normally. The extra ammo is nice, it's not super important, it really is the reload speed. So you could run reinforced epaulettes if you don't have siege ready for some reason, and it would be about the same. You don't really get limb injuries that much that you survive in solos, or actually in light armor in general, and melee damage is kind of relevant, but this 30% reload speed, it does make a big difference with a crossbow. I like to run the Talon a lot as a secondary with explosive weapons. It's just infinite ammo, very solid stats, accurate, medium penetration. It's just a great sidearm. It helps you when bugs get too close, helps you save ammo on your primary, helps you deal with shriekers. Just fantastic sidearm all around, one of the best. And thermites, finally. This is a flex slot. I don't think thermites are absolutely necessary, but I have seen cases where the game just throws so many rupture charges at you, and are just a quasar cannon is just not enough to deal with that many chargers. So thermites can help you a lot in that circumstance. Otherwise, gas grenade, just extremely good all around the board, even against the rupture strain. If the second they leave their burrow state, they're gassed, they're confused, and they can't continue attacking you after that first hit. And however, gas, I have been noticing, does have a lot of performance drops ever since the Into the Unjust update. I'm not sure it was this bad before, but I have noticed it very heavily when 20 to 30 bugs are gassed at the same time. The FPS drops to like sub 10s. It's really bad. So I haven't been using it much this patch. Otherwise, the dynamite is also pretty fun. I don't think it's fantastic, but it's just a nice big explosion, clears out a bunch of chaff, and the long fuse time, I think it's 5 seconds default, isn't that big of a deal. Just throw it a little bit ahead of where the enemies are, or right on top of a bug breach, and it will get value. Less than the gas grenade, but still more than good enough. This is a perfectly serviceable grenade. In terms of stratagems, I already went over the hoverpack. Um, Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the Quasar, but I do think it is the best option in this build. Eats are kind of difficult to set up when you have to keep moving so much from the rupture strain. You can't spend too long in one spot. They'll catch up with you and kill you in 2 hits. So Quasar is one of the best anti-tank options if you're not using Eats or Commando. Epoch's probably pretty decent, though it would be a little difficult to use with a hoverpack since the timing window is so tight. Up to you, it's a matter of personal preference. I would go for one of these two, but the grenade launcher would be perfectly serviceable if you brought an ultimatum, say, or you know the spear gun would also probably be pretty serviceable. I think this is a flex slot. As long as you have enough anti-tank, you'll be happy. It just depends on where you want to put it in your loadout. Personally, I've chosen the support slot. In terms of other stratagems, I think sentries are pretty bad against the rupture strain, considering 90% of the time they can't shoot the rupture strain, and the rupture strain gets right up on the sentry and destroys it almost immediately. So I like the cluster bomb a lot. I think it's just a very good pick on bugs in general. Gives you a lot of momentum when it comes to clearing out objectives, points of interest, outposts, etc. And the huge wide area, tons of small explosives is fantastic for unburrowing and dealing with the rupture strain. This is just an extremely solid pick against this strain. Similar reason, Gatling Barrage, extremely low cooldown, does heavy armor, so it's actually can contribute against chargers, Bile Titans, all that, softening them up. But it's a lot of small explosions across a decently wide area, which will just stun lock the rupture strain and stop them from being able to effectively burrow and escape that kill zone. Not the reference, the point of where you'd be killing them. But these two options are extremely solid. Alternatively, you could probably swap out the cluster bomb with the default airstrike or the 500 kg. Both of those are solid. I probably wouldn't go for napalm. I think it's probably fine, but the bugs can't just burrow underneath it if they don't get hit by the first wave of fire. 120mm barrage is also very solid. Orbital napalm, extremely overpowered. You can, on bugs, you can use it whenever you want. Orbital airburst strike, it's been kind of power crept. I don't think it's very good anymore, especially compared to the Gatling Barrage, which does more and has a lower cooldown and is more accurate. So I really wouldn't take this out unless you really want to. Otherwise, strafing run's probably fine. Anything that isn't a sentry, I think none of these will give you that much. HMG probably won't give you that much. Grenadier battlement, if it's a flag defense mission, I actually think this could be pretty good against the rupture strain, because it's just a grenade launcher that shoots I think 60 to 80 grenades, which is a lot of damage, especially against the rupture strain, which is very vulnerable to grenade launcher. So this is the only green stratagem I would pick against this strain, and even then only on certain missions. The rest just isn't going to do that much for you. So anyway, that's the broad strokes of the build, as well as some alternatives. Oh yeah, I always forget. The booster, I just like stamina enhancement. I don't like being slowed down and out of stamina. But in terms if you're doing this solo, experimental infusion is always solid. Muscle enhancement is very underrated because it prevents the slowdown, or it mitigates, I'm not sure it completely prevents, the slowdown from bug acid. So rupture strain has a lot of bile spewers that slow you down almost constantly. This is really good. It actually might be better than stamina enhancement, but I'm a big fan of stamina enhancement, so I'm going to keep using that one. Otherwise, I think that's everything, and I will see you guys in the mission. Okay, so take 2. I talked myself into taking muscle enhancement over stamina enhancement, as the slowdown from the rupture spewers was actually giving me a very difficult time on my failed attempt. And I also replaced the Gatling Barrage with the 120mm. Now this one, I did it because I was having a lot of difficulties dealing with nests, and the Gatling barrages was not helping very much with that. I think that the 120mm will make that segment easier, but this is just because I'm doing this build solo. In teams, I think the Gatling barrage is maybe not better, but about equally viable. I don't think either are the wrong pick, so to speak. And try and bait out the bug breach. Excellent. Still have there. Throw down the barrage and a single cluster bomb. Alright, that was almost bad. The hunters are absolutely the biggest nemesis of this build. Because not only can they get you in the air, but they can also intercept your crossbow bolts, and that results in you blowing yourself up. I'm surprised I hit that. I was sure I was going to miss with the 120 smoke. But see, extremely effective, bug breach is gone, and the cooldown on the 120 is pretty fast. It should be up easily by the next bug breach. Now this is a really funky egg spawn. I think, oh yeah. New aquatic bug rupture strain. Confirmed. This would be a nightmare if I didn't have muscle hands. The hoverpack. Because both the water and the would slow me down a lot. And the hoverpack. Right about that. There we go. I hope this isn't drowning water. No, it is not. Also, enhancement does not make that big of a difference with waist deep water, but it does help a little. But this biome, I hate this biome. I think everybody hates this biome, to be honest. So this might not be the best showcase of the build. As it's very easy to land in water and drown. God, I love the Talon so much. Frontier or Borderline Justice is a very underrated war bond. Just for the Talon, it's so good, and the hoverpack is also pretty underrated. That is also a lot of fun, but I don't think it's particularly excellent. I think it's just a good time. Alright. This one's also... oh, that is absolutely drowning water. Let me see. See, hoverpack, actually, maybe this planet is a good showcase for the hoverpack, because it doesn't let you go much faster than walking, or not faster at all than sprinting. It does let you cross obstacles like that you would not be able to. I think I hear Bile Titan. I see a Bile Titan. There's no way I hit this shot, but I'm gonna try. Oh my god, I actually hit that. Holy shit. Okay, here comes Bug Breach and Orbital. 120 is off of cooldown. Throw the 1-2 Sucker Punch. I have to fight my temptation to put the Eagle rearm on cooldown, because I actually do want to use a cluster charge on this nest. Not nest, hatchery, egg concentrated area. You're not getting in the way. Okay, or maybe you are, because my is terrible. Yeah, let's say that got him, and not look to confirm. Your crossbow just has such a big area of effect that just completely bullies the rupture strain. It's quite close for that. And there we go. Easy as that. I'm playing much smarter than I was the previous two missions, and things are going much better. Let's go do this escape pod real quick.
Objective nearby.
Or actually, I don't like that that nest is so close. And that the escape pod is so wet. Let me drop, oh yeah, that's a nasty one. Actually, I don't have 120 on cooldown. I kind of don't want to go in without that, because I do need that to deal with the Bile Titan bug hole, which is another reason why I replaced the Gatling Barrage with the 120, just to deal with those bug holes specifically. Though honestly, I could just call in a resupply pod on it, or spare Quasars, spare hoverpack, anything. But 120 Barrage is just a lot easier. This bug breach, I'm not sure why is just quite good. No, do not pick up the sample. Pick up. Here we go. That did not get it. A million years. That one got it. Alright, this water is a pretty big problem. And the lack of a cluster bomb actually puts me in a bit of an uncomfortable spot. There's a thermite for you. That bounced off, I think. Nope, that hit him. Thermites make a little sound when they hit. It's like a wet clink when they hit a bug, so that's how it's an easy way to tell. But you know, the sound has been rather bugged recently. It's not exactly reliable. There's no way that doesn't get it. Let that do its work. And Eagle 1 back just in the nick of time. Dodge that, plus jetpack, cluster bomb, here's that. Big chunk of bugs. There's another big chunk of bugs. Oh, I thought he was calling another bug breach. I was like, already? This jetpack? Nope, it's on cooldown. Let's jetpack now. Alright, I know there is a tag you can do with the jump, the hoverpack, I'm sorry, where you can call the cluster striker right beneath you. But I don't know if I'm doing it wrong, but I have had that kill me a couple times. So I try not to do it too often. It is worth keeping in mind though. The cluster bomb hoverpack is a very solid combo. Let us loop back around to the supplies. It should be, yep, this way. Yeah, the crossbow actually is not great against alpha commanders. 3 shots consistently, because I don't think it does enough direct contact damage to the head for it to speed it up. Not that bug. Let's make our way down here. See, that's either a very small nest or spore spewer's nest. Yeah, just that feels so nice on the Talon. Don't even have to aim down sights. Muscle enhancement means no slowdown from the little spiky mines. This is actually, I didn't even think about it, but this is a really good build for this biome specifically. Because that would have required us to go all the way around to actually reach this objective. And yep, I was right, it is indeed a spore spewer. I'm gonna shoot it with the crossbow once I've cleared all the trees to it, and then now I can hit it with the quasar. Go. And I'll just go this way. So that might be a little ambitious for the hoverpack. I don't think we can cross that whole distance. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna send a little love that way. It's gonna hit, a lot of it's gonna hit the tree, but enough gets through. Yeah, that's really the name of the game when it comes to red stratagems. These biomes with a lot of trees, it's just throw a lot of bullshit at them and something will get through the trees and hit your target. So this guy, bang. This is extract, right? Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a resupply when I don't really need it, just preemptively. So I have it when I get to extract. Take out these bozos with the talon. Right, now do I need to save? Yeah, I actually would like to save for the nest. This is a pretty good choke point. I can actually deal with a lot of them using, I think I should have gotten on top of that big crate. This is a much easier seed than the last one to deal with for the hoverpack, as the last one was pouncers, and pouncers can also hit you midair. So it essentially pretty much tripled the amount of bugs that could actually damage me while I was in the air. It was a lot harder. Which is a little unusual. Pouncer seeds usually one of the easier seeds, but you always have exceptions. I'm actually gonna grab another resupply. Yep. The melee tech works really well against alpha commanders. Oh my god. Alright, well I'm gonna grab yet another resupply because of that nonsense. Alright, I'm gonna be here fighting alpha commanders forever, so I think I'm just gonna make my way over to this nest. Let's see. This seems like a small one. It might have been not necessary to save the 120. But you know what? There's a lot of crap in there. Might as well. I will help it along a little bit. Okay, when I can. Stone trees. I'm a little bit too close to the radius. Let's get out of that. Turn sour. Nah, that was the right call. That I'm glad I saved the 120. 120 is also a very underrated stratagem. I find most people don't use it. You just use the orbital napalm or 380. But the quick cooldown and higher precision of the 120 makes it a lot more versatile in my opinion. Alright, let's throw a cluster bomb on that and keep moving. I won't have time to complete everything if I fight every single bug breach. Is there any ammunition? It seems not. It is a hunter though. Yeah, I think I mentioned it. I don't know if it was in the last attempt or this one, but the fact that you can't cancel the hoverpack when you're close to the ground like that is really painful. It would be a lot more fun if you had more control over it. You technically can do a little bit of tech to cancel it by dropping the hoverpack, like by holding X, but then it goes flying into the stratosphere and is often difficult to retrieve. So that's only like, if you don't do it, you're gonna die, kind of last measure. Alright, let's throw a cluster bomb in there. Nope. Okay, cluster bomb probably fell in water. Okay, it seems that there is only water for it to fall in. Oh, this is so cooked. Can I even hit those with the... What the hell? Okay, so thank God the Talon can hit them, even if the crossbow seems like it can't. Okay, well, this is just about a horrible situation. And one more. Okay, I'll let us get the hell out of here. This is some of the weirdest generation I've seen. Just tank that, stim. Throw down the resupply, pick up the shores. Yeah, I genuinely don't think I could have completed this mission if I didn't have the hover pack or the jump pack alternatively. Okay, that was a really unfortunate bug first time. Just gotta hold long enough for resupply to come down. And there we go. Wow, that could not have been a lot much closer than that. Oh, but this is a Bile Titan bug hole nest, which is actually pretty unfortunate. So let us. I think that should get it actually. If it doesn't, we have a. Yep, excellent. Whoa, he can do that! Whoa! That's crazy. And bad timing on that Shrieker patrol. Or I think that one of those is probably a Shrieker nest. Yeah, look at the map. Let's see. Bozos. More bozos. Just everywhere I go. It's kind of the name of the bugs, though. Name of the game. This is not important. Yeah. Thermites might be my saving grace here, if I can actually get one to stick. Resupply is here. I should have grabbed two, but what can you do? It's got me. Let's do some spring. I don't want to spend too much time up high with all these shooters about. I also don't want to spend too much time on the ground with all these rupture bugs around. I'm kind of in a catch-22. Okay, well that charger is... Yeah, okay, I give up on the that resupply. Which I shouldn't have, because now my leg is broken and I think I am going to die as a result. I somehow fight to go back to there without dying on a broken leg. Odds aren't great. Spam some shots. Oh no, the Bile Titan died on it. I hate that. Damn, my deathless run. No! Oh, sweet supplies. Oh, that was beautiful. Alright, let's get a trick shot off of that rock for the resupply. Yeah, you still have to be a pretty good shot to hit those guys with the Talon, but it's a lot easier than with the crossbow, I'll tell you that much. Bozo is going to do this. Complete bullshit. I really think they had fixed that, or thought they had fixed that for a while, but I guess not. Maybe it's just back. Classic arrowhead maneuver. Alright, let's get this. So this does seem like double spewers instead of any sort of shrieking nest. So this must have just been like residual patrols. Let's get a cluster bomb. A 20. Let's just finish this off with the crossbow. Yeah, I only have one more shot. Alright. I'm gonna be very impressed with myself if I can do the nest, the mecha nest, and stay deathless. Okay, I might not stay deathless out of this encounter. Yeah, no, definitely spending all my cooldowns right before the Mega Nest is about the dumbest thing I could have done right there. I'm not gonna stop, but do as I say, not as I do in this case. Alright. I would like to wait for the supply cooldown anyway, because I'm running out of crossbow. It's also a lot easier to see rupture bugs when you're in the air compared to being on the ground. I feel like I get surprised a lot less by them. Surround that. Alright, cooldown still. 15 seconds. Bonk. Oh my god, there's a lot of rupture bugs. Okay. Soul reliable. Soul reliable for that. Actually, this is so cooked, but I think that works. Not today, buddy. Grab the resupply, please. Okay, that's fine. I can do with one less mag. That's a little bit of what's behind me before I go into this. So I think this configuration with a big spire in the middle, I'm pretty sure that doesn't have a ball tank bug hole. So this one, if I'm smart, should not be too bad. So it will be bad. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's get some high ground position. Oh god, he can follow me up there. Bugs always surprise you. I think the best way is to go slow and steady and die to this Alpha Warrior. The fucking reload bug again. Oh, it's so annoying. 20 on the bug breach. Cluster bomb on the bug breach. So, actually, I think I have to go this way to not get hit by the 120 on the way back around. That's fine, that lets me pick up some supplies, which I don't mind. A lot of it is hitting that big pillar then. Cluster bomb. That's the beauty of cluster bombs. Having 5, you can just spam them out for so long and just like constantly have a giant horde clear. Doesn't always kill everything. Usually alpha commanders and biospheres, at least 1 or 2 survives, but it does make it a lot easier to deal with them when everything else is dead.
Here comes the cavalry.
Okay, 120 did some good work for me. Cleared out a couple bug holes and big chunk of bad men. Alright, you are going to be a problem. But this is not what I should have done. Still hit him, but now I'm gonna be in a bad spot. Oh, I'm gonna be in a very bad spot. I need reload. Alright, let's get that, let's get that. Let's get nothing. Okay, just disappeared. I wasn't even in water that time. I have no idea where it went. Bozo. Get bent. Please don't hit me. Okay. Let's see if there might be a river crossing here that's available to me thanks to hoverpack. But I think that's doable. Yeah, this biome is pretty brutal without mobility tools because sometimes you just have to go all the way around the map to be able to get to where you need to be, which is always a little frustrating. Looks a little sketchy, but I think it's... No, it's gonna be close. If this is my only death, I'm gonna be upset. Okay, That was close, but we did it. Yeah, there was a better crossing probably down that way.
Extraction is available.
I think even outside the rupture strain, the hoverpack might be a new fixture, might load out on this type of biome, just to help you deal with all the gunk and sludge everywhere. The rivers. Let's pop him. God, I love hip firing the Talon. Probably said it a million times, and I'll say it a million times more. It's just so fun. Oh, here's an objective. Tagging it. Okay, or failing to tag it.
Tactical asset near your position.
There's a big boy over there. I saw some trees fall
Deployed
down,
equipment
but
package.
not sure it's an impaler or. Ah, I got too lost in the sauce. Usually, you don't want to press E on that terminal before you have all the shells ready, because it pretty sure it sends a patrol your way, which is makes it a lot harder. Yeah, I did right now. Okay, this big stupid mouth. Yeah, the tentacle is the worst place you can put the thermite. You don't want to do that. So, pretty sure it's the only spot it doesn't one-shot him. Actually, he might survive the legs too. Okay. Yeah, this is pressing E on that terminal was a big mistake. Now I'm gonna have to deal with this first.
Firing orbital barrage. Clear the area.
Let's get that on cooldown, and just like that, dodge the rupture stream. Oh, that was juicy. That was an excellent cluster bomb. Cluster bomb's a little worse in teams because it's got a big radius for side to side, and your teammates, you know, moth to the flame. But I didn't even get the score charger. Damn. That was a horrible throw. I didn't see the. Let's get up here. I'm out of charges. I feel like managing my eagle cooldowns is definitely an area I could improve in. Where do you see? There it is. Yeah, see, the slowdown radius on this guy is just insane, huge. Oh, this might be actually really rough if those alpha commanders keep doing their standard activities, spawning infinite bugs. Crossbow should kill that. Talent shots, reload the crossbow. Oh, wow, that was extremely close. Get me out of here. Look, it actually did stick it before he went underground. That's good. Cluster bomb is back. Oh, let me adjust my posture. I feel myself slipping as the match progresses. Yeah, these solo 100% clears get kind of brutal towards the end. Just a lot of fighting. Okay. Ah! There goes the Deathless run to the Hunter. Yeah, that's a very common occurrence with the crossbow to get down Mr. President from the Hunters. They're easily one of the most threatening bugs when it comes to using explosive weapons. And another. the situation is deteriorating rapidly. I think it's a lot more realistic to just call in another second to just trying and getting it back from all that nonsense. Yeah, see, that's why alpha commanders are so oppressive in solos, especially, is because the time you spend fighting them and all their goons is just time the bug breach is getting ready to come back. So you're just kind of stuck in like a forever battle dealing with the alpha commanders and dealing with the bug breach, then dealing with the alpha commanders, and so on and so forth until, you know, either you got a lucky break and get rid of all the alpha commanders, or you lose the mission. Okay, you gotta give you some personal space. What the? He might have hit me midair. Nah, that's probably just a weird ragdoll. Okay. Reasonable amount of damage from a chaff enemy. Mini nuke. These guys, they're already aggro on something like that. Okay, actually that is all the shells. So, I'd say go press the console, but I did. Just roll this one down. Okay, yeah. No, you get out of there right now, young man. That's right. Oh no! You get back in there. Okay, honestly, I'm not gonna use these when the mission is over, so they're going in the order they're going in. Oh, all my cooldowns are online. The bug breach that never ends. That should get them. That should get me. Okay. Let's get our good friend level 20 to assemble a bit. Oh, that's bad. He might get me for that. Alright, we're fine. Yeah, that 120 is going to do absolutely nothing. Very bad place.
You may proceed to extraction when ready.
Oh, there's a rock there. I can see it. And this is why we leave a resupply at extract. Just for precisely this kind of scenario. Okay, I now realize I only left one box. That actually is a little unfortunate. Past self is griefing my future self, or present self. Okay, yep. Complete 180 turn is crazy on the Chargers. I think this is my window. It's even mentioned it. Wow, I called in a lot of stratagems on this one little patch of land. Alright, mini last. That's the optimal setup, as everybody knows. 5 minutes. I'm not sure. I think this is the last side objective, which is unfortunate. I really hate doing these solo for reasons you just witnessed. Please, alone. Okay. Nope, other way. Alright, now we can leave. Oh my goodness, that was a lot of bugs! Alright, now extraction is always a little scary when you're solo. If it gets bad, I might honestly run the clock out.
Democracy's on its way.
Okay, it seems to be getting bad. Let's call a cluster. Oh boy. I think I might get over 1,000 kills this mission, even though it's not a pouncer scene, which is doesn't happen very often. Let's see. Okay. Oh, that was tough. On the charger. I think it's another charger. Yeah, that is. Okay, missed the thermite. Jump back. Please save me. Okay, I'm pre-simming before I land, because otherwise I'm not surviving. Let's bomb, deal with some of the crap that's the way. Right. Bile Titan, thank you for getting confused and turning around instead of going down. Please hit this guy, okay. Oh my! Do they have more range than they used to? I swear that... I swore I would have been out of range of that one, but I guess not. I don't know. This game is just strange and incomprehensible at times. Let's bait him. The hoverpack is also pretty decent at dodging bile spins. Okay, I'm actually gonna save the 120 next bug breach, which should be incoming any second now. Please don't. Okay, I refuse to let you do your activities. You say 2 minutes ETA? What the? Oh, it must be a cooldown biome or a modifier. Oh, I didn't pick up a sim. That's actually really bad. Oh, that's as bad as it gets. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, the deathless one must not happen with this extract. Please. Boy, am I glad red stratagems don't follow mobs they land on, huh? Yeah, I'm dead. There's no way. Especially if I keep missing. Yeah. I know.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
As long as I can recover my hover pack, I think I should be okay. The cluster's still on cooldown. That's really unfortunate. Pre-sim saves my life yet again. So many bugs. That. Oh. My card. Hunter causing problems, being a little gremlin, as they often are. Please do not bleed me like that again, sir. That was not kind. Cluster bomb, save me. Okay, that was almost really bad. Oh, I might die from the acid. Please. Oh, he got my leg. Okay. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, okay, see, this is a type of situation in which you drop the hover pack. If I make it out of this, I will be very proud. Please stop strafing me. Oh my god. You survived the mine just because of super. Okay. Pelican 1, I swear to god, if you don't land, we're gonna have some issues. Please. Oh my, holy shit, and he plowed out to death on the shuttle, the end. Jesus Christ, that was pretty easy right up until that Thief artillery gave me so much trouble. Oh my god, I have a headache from doing that. But I think that's the 100%. In D10 full solo, this build's just really, really good. Let me unscramble my thoughts real quick. So I think that showed off why the hoverpack is just really excellent against the rupture strain, especially when paired with an explosive weapon like the crossbow. Really lets you deal with big clumps of rupture bugs in a way that would be, even if you still had the crossbow, a lot harder on the ground just because your firing angles would be much worse. So if you have borderline justice and you want an excuse to use the hoverpack, I think the rupture strain is probably the best it's ever been. This seems like, I wouldn't want to say the rupture strain was designed to be countered by the hoverpack, but the hoverpack, this is like truly where it shines, and it still has, yeah, over 1,000 kills, not on a 56 stim use classic, not on a pouncer strain. Is kind of crazy. That was a lot of bugs towards the end over that Sifa artillery, but completely lost my train of thought. I'm so scrambled after that last encounter. But as I was saying, hoverpack is excellent against this strain. If you have it, I really recommend you take it out. Team games, solos, it's fun either way. I think you'll have a good time, and if I could complete this slog of a mission solo, I think that's a testament to how good it is. So anyway, I'll see you guys next video, and have fun.